Guys, so I think I've cracked it. I think if you really want to see the giveaway, the biggest giveaway that God is actually powering this whole place, all you have to do is study cycles and frequency. I know Tesla said you need to think in terms of frequency and vibration and something else. That's the secret. If you want to know the secrets of the universe, he wasn't lying, right? Because a vibration, a frequency, or a cycle, anything like that, right, is something that's happening. Yeah, it's happening. It's just happening. You know, so up, down, or left, right, tick tock, east, west, you know, pendulums, all this stuff. Something is just happening, okay? And we're perceiving it as a start point, a midpoint, end point, start point, no, midpoint, end point, you know, so we see, the process of, sort of like us getting pregnant. It sort of like it happens. It's a cycle. Then the child is born and the child grows, and then the child becomes a grown person, and then they shed their body, and another person's something also replaces it. Like it could be a tree or whatever. And the tree also has life within it, and then the apples will fall, and then they have seeds within it, and then they just kind of just grow, and then it's a cycle. It's just something just happening. Yeah. Bro, you can't argue with me on this one, bro. Like, a cycle is something happening, period. Like, day and night is the cycle when it just happens. Like, don't argue with me. You can't argue. It's just happening. Can anybody stop it? Can anyone pause it? Can anyone disrupt it? Can anyone make it go slower? We can't do shit about sunrise and sunset, bro. It's something that's just happening outside our sort of like realm of understanding. It's just happening. Yeah. If you believe that it came from a big bang and stuff like that, see yourself out. But you can see it. It's just happening. Yeah. The moon is just happening. Yeah. It's full, empty, it's gone, full, gone, full, gone. And then as it's doing that, the sky is also just like happening, which is basically all the stars are rotating around Polaris. They're just happening. So the sun and the moon, up and down, and they're doing this like dance. Whilst that's happening, the stars are also dancing, and it's like now become 3 cycles. Yeah. So you got this, the what do you call? I'm doing sine waves with my hands. That's what sometimes I crack myself up. So the sun is going circle, it's just going, and the moon is doing its own thing as well, and it's changing phases, and then the sky is also moving. So then the sun and the moon are moving through the houses. At the same time, the moon is slightly slower than the sun, and that's all happening. It's all happening in real time. And then comets are flying by, and meteorites are just doing that. They also have a cycle because there is a meteor band, if you didn't know. So if you believe that we are hurtling through space, going nowhere, yeah, and there is a meteor belt which we experience every year or whatever, is dumb. Like, you're literally fucking stupid. Because think about it, right? We're expanding in space, yeah? So we're going out from the explosion, yeah? The big bangers, you're all wankers. And we're going away from it, yeah? Think about it. But somehow the sun is managed to trap us, and we're going around the sun, they say, yeah? So whilst we're going around the sun, we've got these 2 things that we've got okay, we're going around the sun. We've got the moon also going around us. That in itself is also cycles, but let me just show you how that is done. So as we're doing that, we're going around the sun. Every year we come past an area where we get just like meteor showers in Perseus or Leo or, yeah. It happens every year. The Perseids, Leonids, like, yeah. Every year I do astronomy, bro. It happens. So how does that happen when we're moving away from everything? It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. So it's dumb. Basically, it's just stupid. Yeah. Because like by this year, when we went around the sun, by next year, the thing should have gone somewhere else, because we are moving in one direction. The sun, unless you're telling me that the sun is holding onto the meteors, by what force would that be? You see, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, it's dumb. So back to the story. So it's cycles, yeah. The sun is moving, the moon is moving, and then life also has a cycle, yeah. The tree will and then the seeds will, the fruit will fall and stuff like that. It'll shed its leaves and That's also a cycle. It's just happening. It's just spontaneously happening. Then it's just growing and grow. As it's growing, and that's also a cycle, because you can chart its growth. so you can see it. Yeah, it's just happening. And, you know, bacteria and everything else is also just happening, and the lions and the tigers are all just happening. Right? Now, you can visualize this whole place of just things just happening. Even your breath is a cycle. Your heartbeat is a cycle. The blood going through your veins is a cycle. They're all running on cycles. That's why your heart beats boom, 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 boom. It's a cycle. Yeah? Up, down, up, down. Something's happening. Something's causing it to work, like pistons in an engine. Yeah, up, down, up, down. Yeah, if you can visualize that better. So something's happening. Yeah, all these pistons moving up and down. One's called the sun, moon, stars. They're all different pistons moving different speeds, but they're all different cycles. Now the key question here is, what is powering them, bro? Like, what could possibly be powering the sun? Not only powering it to shine, but powering it to also move. What's capable of that? What's capable of powering the moon, not only to move, but also to move with such precision that it's actually changing its phases whilst it's also moving at this locked in speed? What could possibly regulate that? It can't be gravity and all that stupid shit. I just explained it, bro. It's just dumb. How could an explosion create something that is locked in sync to time? Like every day is there at this point, or every 51 minutes is there. Imagine down to the second, bro. 50.28 seconds. Crazy. The 50 minutes, 28 seconds. Every time. It's pulsing. Yeah. A random explosion can't do that. So you see that, okay, so all these pistons, something's powering them. And then what could possibly power the stars to actually move? What could possibly be powering your heart to pump? It's not you, bro. It's not your physical, so shut the fuck up. Because you didn't cause your heart to beat. Even your blinking is a cycle. Constantly refreshing. The thing is like it's like refreshing the bit rate every time. Yeah. So what could possibly power these cycles everywhere that we see? Women are locked in a cycle with the moon. That in itself is magical. That alone is magical. Forget everything else I've said. When women are not taking all this fucking hormonal stuff and not eating crap, yeah, and their minds are working clear and they're really seeing reality for what it is, they'll literally be in lockstep with the moon. Like full moon, okay, boop, 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 boop. New moon, boop, 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 boop. Full moon, boop, 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 boop. Like that, literally, bro. And that again even shows the magic of consciousness. Women being the portal, the access point, is like. Even the cycle of access, yeah, even us coming here is a cycle. You can come. No. Red, you can't come. You can't cross. You can cross. You can't cross. You can cross. You can't cross. You can cross. You can't cross. It's a pulse. What could possibly be powering them? But you want to argue with me. And you want to tell me that Allah is powering them. Meanwhile, the land that Allah's house or your thing is on is also pulsing. The stones that you people used also follow these cycles. So it can't be that. It's outside of your religion, this power. Literally, it's outside of that. Okay, so what could it possibly be, bro? The only thing it could be is God, consciousness. But we are in such a fortunate position that we can see the cogs. When I was a kid, I used to have, I've never told anyone this. When I was a kid, I used to have these dreams, right? And I was in these cogs. I swear. It used to scare the shit out of me, bro. I was in these cogs and they were so precise. But there were so many of them, and they were all sort of like interlinked and interlaced and interlocked and shit. It was mad. And it used to scare me because I used to think, oh, I'm going to get crunched, I'm going to get crunched, I'm going to get crunched. But usually nothing would happen. I'll wake up before I got crunched. Like, I was one of the things. Yeah, bro. There's cycles everywhere, bro. Everywhere you look, there is a cycle. It doesn't matter what it is. There's a cycle there. Everything's a cycle, bro. Because the cycle denotes the zeros and the ones. Because every cycle will show you the peak and the trough, yeah? Blip, no blip. It's the same thing, yeah? So that's the wall of the zeros and ones. And when consciousness carves out pieces, it stops. It's kind of like, okay, so instead of that being a zero, that would be a one. Instead of that being a one, that would be a zero this time.